Hi, I'm Dave, founder of Halloween Year Round, and I am not regretting this decision already. It is 2:55, 56 in the morning here on Friday, May 27th. Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1 is about to drop on Netflix, and I am here to marathon the entire thing right now as it drops just for you guys live. Not live, but you know what I mean. So, I will be recording my kind of very brief reaction episode after episode. Things are gonna get spoilery. Hopefully not too spoilery, but I'm just gonna put that warning here right now. So, about to watch the first episode as it drops. Let's take this journey together. Well, that was kind of messed up in more ways than one. So, right off the bat, life kind of sucks for everybody. Reeling from Hopper's death, 11 kind of being bullied and adjusting to California, Lucas feeling distant from his friends, Max with her PTSD from losing Billy. Life just, life sucks for, like, everyone, except good for Steve going on a date. But this is definitely, I think, the darkest it's gone. With the introduction of Vecna. Really creepy villain. I think we might be, after season 3, might be done with the Mind Flayer, and they needed one who could be just as, if not creepier than him. Vecna is kind of more anthropomorphized, almost human-like. That last, 5 minutes, like, it went full Nightmare on Elm Street / Exorcist, and I think it's very fitting that they got Robert Englund for this one. So, very curious to see what happens. The time is now, it's like 4:15. It is still, I don't know if you can see, it's still dark outside. Well, that was something. We got another dead body, another tragedy in the town of Hawkins that seems to happen every 6 to 12 months. I'm not sure where they're going with the whole Hopper is alive surprise. Spoilers, though not really spoilers if you saw any of the trailers. It just seems like a weird leftover from last season with him being trapped in Russia and this weird ransom thing. I'm hoping it all converges, because last season it kind of felt like the Russia plot and the Mind Flayer plot didn't kind of have a whole lot to do with each other. As far as Elle goes, give it to that Angela bitch. I was like, punch her in the face, and she did, and I'm proud of her. But also, maybe she murdered everybody in the lab. So we'll see. Anyways, it's daylight now. On to episode 3. So it's now almost 7. 3 episodes down. There's a lot going on. Way more kind of I mean, they're all from the same bigger plot, but more subplots than we're used to seeing. I totally see where they're using the extra runtime, and I totally see why in some of the earlier reviews they said it feels a bit bloated. Like, I'm recording these and taking notes, but for the casual viewer, there's a lot going on. I like the whole demonic angle of it with Vecna and the whole idea that, this goes back to 1959. But if that's true, then the whole inciting incident of, the portal to the Upside Down really doesn't have to do with Brenner or 11 or anything like that, unless we find maybe back in the 50s they were messing around with it. Could have been, Cold War was still going on back then too, and apparently today, but, well. So, I really like Robin and Nancy. I know we didn't really see much of them interacting at all last season. I kind of like the tension with them. I think they have good chemistry and kind of play off each other. 11, again, she apparently murdered everybody, and this is just news we're finding out now. So curious to see where she goes with good Dr. Brenner. No, I'm not on a professional set. I'm just on my green screen, and I decided to get dressed today to appear to be productive while I binge watch an entire season of a TV show on Netflix. Anyways, episode 4. First things first. Again, with the Hopper Russia storyline, where's it going? Why do we need it? It feels like an added complication we don't need this season. I think that Vecna already has enough going on. So it is what it is. We'll see where it goes. I just, like, I wanted them to get him back just so we could stop dealing with that, and now it's like, well, we're gonna get more involved over there. Loved the scene with Robert Englund. You know, when you bring in a heavy hitter like that, he delivers. He's chilling. He's creepy, and there's a reason why he is a legend. And finally, this really is Max's episode. She's a character that's always been really closed off, and I really like how, you know, she kind of opens up here. You know, she's vulnerable for the first time that we've ever really seen her be. And, you know, Sadie Sink is just, she's amazing in this one. This is, if they're going to submit for Emmy consideration, this is her episode. So I've moved to my car now just to give you guys a little change of scenery. And let's just address the elephant in the room. Let characters stay dead when they die. It's like, we knew they were bringing back Hopper. He was in the first teaser way back when. You know, we knew that there were whispers of Brenner. Maybe he was going to be in flashbacks, but now apparently nobody's dead except for Barb and Billy, who were just kind of looking at Brenner and Hopper like, really? You guys got to come back? You know, on paper, I like the concept of, you know, Elle, you know, kind of to regain her power, she kind of has to go back to where it started. You know, the kind of bait and switch where she was, you know, almost duped by Owens into working with Brenner. I like that dynamic. I think it's cool to see Brenner and Owens together interacting. That said, it frustrates me that this is just another case of that overall issue. Again, with the Russia subplot, why? Like, Murray fighting Yuri in the plane had very strong, you know, trick-or-treat motherfucker vibes when Busta Rhymes fought Michael Myers, is all I'm saying. Is, like, that whole subplot, just why? I mean, I know probably it's going to tie in somehow where, like, Hopper saves the day or comes in and helps save the day, but at this point, it's just taking away, and it's just adding to an already kind of ballooning runtime. So I've only got 2 episodes left, but they're very long. I know that the 7th one is really long. And this video just kind of keeps going on and on. I was supposed to be done this by like noon today, and it's taking me longer because stuff keeps distracting me and happening, and I'm just trying to watch Stranger Things. So, let's go. Alright. 6 episodes down. 1 to go. Been at this since 3 a.m. Going on, you know, whole day now. I have one question. Just, come here. No, I'm serious. Come here. Come closer. Why do we need this stupid Russia subplot? It has bad CGI. It doesn't belong with the rest of the show. Everything else is more interesting. Yes, I'm glad Hopper's alive. That's cool and all. I like his little redemption arc. You know, he's you know, stripped away of everything in a, you know, Soviet prison. I get it. It's good for his character. We'll see what happens. We'll have a few laughs. But just the amount of time devoted to this, you could have either shortened the run times of all these episodes, or you could have had a different subplot, which actually tied back and connected. Speaking of subplots that are weird but do make sense, what kind of family does Susie have that, like, Mike and Argyle and Will and Jonathan can just kind of walk in and they're like, like, even her dad sees them and he makes notes of, oh, there's my daughter with 4 strange people. You know, they just walk in and everyone's like, how often does that happen? So, yeah, we'll see. Still not sure how I feel about Brenner, but I did like the whole revealing backstory. That's what happened to numbers 1 through 10. Well, except for the one she met before, but that's where they all went. Awkward. So here we are on the home stretch. 1 episode to go, but it's like the length of a full movie, so let's pace ourselves. It's over. I've done it. I've watched all of Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1, in this single day. And I have some thoughts. So, first things first, Russia. If it seems like I'm randomly jumping between subplots, forgive me. The show does the same thing too. Yeah, I like the reunion of Hopper and Joyce. That was fun. It was emotional, but still, why is that storyline there? Is there a reason for it? Did we need to do like the whole character goes missing at the end of one season, and then the first act of the next one is them rescuing them, and they spent all that time there and all that, and it's like they forgot about Argyle and Will and Jonathan and whoever is. If it seems like I'm rambling, it's because I just watched I don't even know, 9 hours, 10 hours of television in a single. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that apparently this all did begin with Victor Krill's son, who was actually number 1, and he is Vecna. Cool twist. I was kind of mad at the beginning when I'm like, oh, come on. It's going to start. No, it didn't start with him. It means that he's actually different from the Mind Flayer, and he's not the Mind Flayer's actual, general. He's his own thing, which I'm okay with, because one of the things I hate about long-running shows like this is when later seasons feel the need to be like, oh, you think this is how it started? This is how it started, and it retcons itself. But I think that revelation still kind of holds true and still kind of makes sense. It doesn't undo anything that we previously saw before. It just sets up that this particular villain was a human. And I mean, Vecna's whole design is kind of more humanoid, so that makes sense. I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm pissed at Netflix because it's look, I was willing to do this, but it's either drop the whole season or do it week after week, because now it's like I got the first and second act, but it's oh, gotta wait for the third act. Gotta wait for those last 2 episodes 5 weeks from today, which I will be covering, which will not take me as long to watch, which I will not lose my sanity over. So, Stranger Things Season 4. Wow. I liked it better than 3. It felt more epic. It was way, way darker, way more brutal with the murders and the demons and the exorcism stuff and the supernatural serial killer. I really, really like that angle of it. Definitely felt more like the most horror that we have felt thus far. I know I'm just rambling at this point, so I will say this. In a few days, I will be dropping a video with my much more coherent spoiler review / discussion on the season, in a much more well thought out way that, I haven't just watched them all in one sitting, and I'll probably get more sleep for that, so look for that in a couple days. Let me know, what did you think of Season 4, Volume 1? Let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen next? Where do you think it's going to go? As always, like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If you don't, you may end up stuck in the Upside Down, or having Vecna's weird visions in your head. So, think about that. Anyways, I'm going to go get some much-needed sleep now, write up a review, and then get ready to put up that video in just a few days. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for everything. Thanks for not sending me to the Upside Down. And, as always, every day is Halloween.